Okay, we are recording. It is the 12th of October. This is the Ortelius Outreach Committee meeting. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Looks like we have a small but interested group today. There's a couple of things I have on my mind that we might be able to chat about in terms of the goals of the outreach. First of all, I have been given the task to work on specific project goals. So I will do that in terms of really defining who we are. Most of you I've spoken to, though, over the course of time, and you'll realize that I am super focused on simplifying microservices. That is, in essence, our task as a community. But I will work on a more proper, broader objective and proper kind of statement for that, for working on the outreach. Now that we don't have CDCon and we don't have DevOps World, I'll be able to get some of this stuff done this week. Second, I kind of looked over what is really in the most critical piece of our puzzle right now, and if simplifying microservices is our goal, we really need to work on the adoption of the open source. Now we have a Deploy Hub team is Ortelius running in a SaaS environment. So what I'm hoping we can do as a kind of a first task here, and Parajat, I'll start handing this stuff to you so we can start kind of getting it under, some kind of management. But what we need to do is we need to get as many people as possible to sign up for the free version and go through your first hour of experience and get back to us and start opening tickets and what's confusing. So we need to basically get a first level of eyes on the what I would call the adoption or onboarding process, and start really understanding where it's hard. Because if we're trying to make it easy for people to use microservices, we don't want our product to be hard. And Steve and I have looked at it for so long, we don't know what's hard.
It's like a tutorial of sorts.
So that's what we really need to get started, I think, from this outreach side, is we really just need to dig in on that. And if you guys want to write blogs about it, open tickets and write blogs and what you found was easy, what you found was hard, what's what doesn't make sense, where the documentation doesn't support it, that will be that'll take us quite a way, I think, in terms of adoption. And I hate to really push the outreach really hard if the product is not clear when you're using it, right? So that's what we really need right now. And in terms of the CD Foundation, we did submit our proposal. So it has been officially submitted. I put the link out on the out in Discord. So if you want to go to Discord and see the proposal what we wrote, it's out there. I put a link out there as soon as I did it. The CD Foundation has a technology oversight committee meeting tomorrow, and we are on the agenda. So that process will get put in place. They may come back with goals for us, or we might get accepted. I haven't any idea of what the process is like. I know it took Screwdriver about 6 weeks to go through it. So this isn't, I don't think this will be a one day yes or no. I think there'll be a review and some work that will have to be done.
So next you got website.
Yeah, I feel like the website, excuse me, have everybody, Steve, would you bring up the Jenkins website really quick here? Jenkins, I don't know for sure, but I think this entire website is done in Doxy. And it's a really nice website, and that makes it really easy for everybody to do, to work on. I don't know how to, I've got to find out maybe from Oleg or somebody over there what it is written in. But we need to make sure, right now our website's written in WordPress, but it makes it a lot more difficult for everybody to contribute, and I want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to contribute. But I'm thinking that right now we cruise on the existing one. There may be a requirement from the CDF to put our website in a format that they are used to. We'll have to find out. So I feel like we probably can put the website on the back burner for right now and focus on the, uh, the adoption area.
Yeah, it looks like I'm looking at oh, interesting. I wonder how they're doing blogs then. Because it looks like it is Markdown. I'm just not sure how they're doing the blog piece of it.
Yeah, so I figure when we get the best thing for us to do would be to reach out to the folks at Jenkins and talk to them about how they built this website and see if they have a framework that we can borrow on and learn from them, because they have a really nice website.
There is a website builtwith.com. You can view the Jenkins.io in which technology it was built. Built.com, built.com, and you put the Jenkins.io, and you will have all the technology used in the website. All technology Jenkins.io used to build their website.
Okay.
Yeah, you can visit the website now, Steve, if you want.
Yeah, which link?
Built.com. Builtwith.com. Built.
Throw the link in the chat
Okay.
if you got it. There it is. I've never seen a ADOC file, so that one will be a bit interesting.
Yeah, you put Jenkins.io in the lookup, enter website address technology. .io.
I found it.
Yeah, and you will
Nice.
have the CMS used and the technology used to build the website.
So I think that we need to follow. It's a really nice website, and it makes it easy for everybody to contribute. So I think we need to take a look at what we need to do to build it in this. Does
Oh,
anybody?
this is just looking at what they got for frameworks.
Does anybody want to take that particular task on, just to report back in 2 weeks what we might want to use as a framework for the website? I know I'm not the person to do it because I don't know enough about website building to really look at this carefully.
Yeah, it looks like it's hard to tell, but it looks like most of it's Doxy uh, based. It is pretty advanced Doxy that looks like that they're doing coding with. So
So I'm already working on a couple of documentation related stuff. So I mean, I've already researched a bit about the documentation bit. So if you want, I can have a stab at it and get back on Discord if with things that we could possibly use, technologies that we possibly use. If that's okay.
that'd be great.
Yeah, you don't have to spend a whole lot of time on it. Let's just get some ideas of where we should go. And I think looking at the Jenkins, because we could even pull down the entire Jenkins website and basically copy it with our information. They just have it, they have it laid out well. I think they've had enough time to think it through in terms of how any sub projects underneath it. For example, Sasha and Chris could use a place to be documenting the work that they're doing. And they just do a good job of showing where all this stuff is. So.
It's the hard way to get
But
to
the
it.
most important thing for this next 2 weeks, I think, is to make sure that we are have a good look at a person's first hour or first 2 hours with the with the with the online the SaaS model. Because if they build it, we can give them in the open source version, we'll give them a download place for their own container. We're going to see if we can't get the CD Foundation to host Ortelius. If we get accepted, one of the requests we'll make is that they host Ortelius in the Linux Foundation's cloud. But when we get to that point, it should be really, really easy to use. And I don't think it is at this point. I think that there's probably bumps in the road in the registration page. There's all kinds of issues that we probably need to be thinking about. But that's I think the most important. Anybody's got any thoughts on that?
So
So
just add
Tracy,
that in here.
what does the current like page look like? I'm not aware like what all we have right now.
Wait, so you're not aware of where?
Like what does our current page look like right
Oh,
now? If we
pretty sad. Our current website, it's really sad. It's pretty basic. Here, I'll share my screen. It's WordPress. It's super basic. It's got our information out there. It's got a link to join at the GitHub project. It has some basic things about what it does, how to get involved, and it has a list of the things that it does, its features. That's it. We do have an events page that takes us to any events that we're holding. So Hacktoberfest is in here. We have our general guidelines, which is required pretty much. This is the stuff that the CDF will be looking at. And then it has our, I believe, our drift. This is down. This is broken. I need to fix that. So that's it. That's completely the website. Oh, and then it takes you to the docs. So the website's going to be a good size. I think that's going to be something that we can sink our teeth in pretty well. I just don't want to get it started until, it looks like I'm having trouble with that page too. Yep, I have to look at both of those links. I think we just need to get focused on the user experience and get past that. That way, Steve and the architecture committee can look at ways to simplify things. But I think we have to get that information back to them before they can actually get started doing it.
and like how about putting that video you had on YouTube explaining the Death Star thingy?
Yep, I can put that on here. I should redo it for Ortelius instead of Deploy Hub, so I'll have to re-record it, but I can do that. Totally can do that. So now it's a quarter after. We usually only go for 30 minutes on these calls because we know everybody's busy. I would like us to go around and make sure we've introduced ourselves because we're sort of still a young team and not everybody knows who everybody is. So it would be great if we could do that. And I see Mark. Hi, Mark. Thanks
Hi.
for joining.
Sorry, work stuff.
I get it. We totally get it. So let's just go around and introduce yourself and maybe just tell us something about yourself. We'll start at the bottom of the list. Parajat, why don't you start? You can be our fearless leader and start.
Okay, hi all. I'm Parija and I'm from India. I work as a QA automation engineer, and this is my first open source project and community experience. So I'm very excited to meet you all.
Mark?
So Mark Peters, San Antonio, Texas, retired Air Force. I work for Technica Corporation as a defense contractor doing information assurance and security engineer type stuff. DevOps ambassador, work with that group, the DevOps Institute. I'm very excited to be joining Ortelius, and I got the two little space dog things put together. So
Yes, very cute.
They're adorable. I love them.
positive goals.
I love that because we'll have some, if we can get a standard like look for the alien, I think that the alien has the potential of, growing its own legs, so to speak. Just like the butler did. I love the dog though.
So somebody else.
Jashidi? Jashidi, you still?
Hi, I'm Drishti. I am a student at Indiana University doing my master's in computer science there. I am also working as an architectural solutions engineer intern at SAP. This is the first time I am looking into open source, and I'm both nervous and excited.
We're excited to have you. And if you have any girlfriends, be sure and bring them along.
Yeah, definitely. It's just that it's middle of the semester and everybody is searching for a job right now, so maybe they'll join in later.
Yep. No, I know that's. How about Christopher?
Howdy, folks. I am a site reliability engineer based in Martinez, California. Let me see if that's making it be a little better. Here we go. And I grew up in Virginia, which is the other coast of the United States, but I've been in California for the last 10 years doing reliability stuff. I've been a huge fan of open source all my life, and it's great to be able to give back in different ways here and there. And so I've helped clean up the markdown in our documentation, and I'm hoping to figure out what I can do next. So thanks for everybody, and nice to meet you.
Neil?
Yeah, I am Neil. I'm from Paris, France, and I am a DevOps and data engineer. I like a lot DevOps engineering and open source microservices. I have almost 2 years of experience in software engineering, and that's it.
And he's doing a fabulous job of using English in a technical environment. I know I couldn't do it. I couldn't even come close. I have never been able to accomplish a second language, and I always am so amazed by people who can. Karam, you still here? Yeah, you're still here.
Hi everyone. This is Karam, and I'm based out of from India, and I've been working as a software developer for the past 1.5 years, so pretty young to the field. I'm basically mostly working in Spring Boot microservices. So that's all about me. Thank you.
Karam and I had a really interesting discussion about microservices. He's going to be a really great resource because he's working in them, and so sometimes we get in our own little corners and we forget to see the other side. And I think he's going to bring a really good view of a developer's perspective. Divya? We know that you have good internet access.
Hi everyone, I'm Divya and I'm based out of India. I work with HSBC as the senior systems admin. Most of my day job is pretty far removed from anything to do with microservices, but this is something that I've gotten interested in lately. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of learning, and yeah, that's what it from me.
And then Erjit.
Hey, hi Tracy, how are you?
I'm good.
Hi. Yeah, so just a brief about myself. So I have around 15 years of experience into this field of system administration. So I have been working out on Linux very much, and lately I have been into cloud and microservices as well. So right now the focus is on Docker, Kubernetes, and OpenShift. So this is my first OpenShift project, first open source project. Sorry. So I'm very much excited to be here and to learn from great leaders like that we have on the board. So I think it would be very good experience collaborating and learning from each one of us. So that's the reason I'm here.
Awesome. So don't forget, we're doing Hacktoberfest, and you need to create, I think, four
For pull request. Yeah.
4 pull requests, which have to be more than just like fixing white space or fixing a a comma in a markdown. But we do have pull requests for, we could create more of them for doing testing out the first hour of experience and writing something on it and then checking it back in, and that something could end up becoming a blog. So if any of you want to, it's a really good way to get your first kind of pull request in if you haven't done one before. Just take an hour, go through, sign up.
Yep. So you need to sign up. You need to sign up at the Hacktoberfest Digital Ocean first, and our landing page will take you there. So the landing page on our website will take you over to Digital Ocean to get signed up. Once you get signed up, they change the model to an opt-in model to prevent people from spamming and doing the one character change and all that stuff. So all of our repos have been updated with their guidelines. So whoever's participating in the Hacktoberfest doesn't have to worry about it. It's going to all happen automatically. So just do your pull requests and you'll get, just make sure you register first and then do your pull requests and you'll get credit.
Yeah, so registration means that you have a GitHub user ID, and then they start tracking your GitHub user ID is how they do it. And then we have to, the pull request has Hacktoberfest in it, and so they track it that way. If you've never done one before, this is new, be sure and reach out to Steve. He's more than happy to make sure you guys are set up with the right tools. I think that's one of the most important things, and when you're first starting in an open source, is that you have all of what you need at your fingertips. And if you don't, how do you get it? But reach out to Steve. Send him a message. And is everybody here signed up to Discord? Is there anybody not? Maybe that's the best
I am
way.
on Discord. Yeah.
Okay. Steve, could you quickly grab a Discord link and just push it into the chat room just to make sure everybody has it?
Yep.
Steve, I also submitted a one pull request in the weekend, so you would have got it. If you can confirm.
I think most of the ones over the weekend got merged, but I'll double check because Marky was doing a bunch of stuff over the weekend I saw. Okay. So Marky's one of the other managers of the pull requests. So I'll double check though.
Okay, thanks.
Come on. Let me put it up at the top. And then the only other thing that we had when I did that, we had a to-do from last week to get TweetDeck sorted out. Did that happen, Tracy? You're gonna add a few people.
I did add one person. I can't remember who I added. Erjit, was it you that I added?
Yeah, so yeah, you added me to the Twitter board.
Yep. So he's added to TweetDeck, and I have started. We've started building the tweet calendar. But if anybody wants to do that, just send me your Twitter handle, and I will add you. You can put it on Discord. I'll watch for it, and I'll. It'd be great to have everybody's because I have to dig through it if I want to tweet about you. But yeah, if you want to be able to do any kind of social networking around Ortelius, just let me know. That is all ready to go though.
Get the color right.
Did you make sure that was a non-expiring link?
Yeah. I just want to get rid of it. There it is.
So does everybody have a GitHub handle? Is everybody registered for GitHub? Does anybody need help with that?
Yes.
Then we're set. I think if you just register for Hacktoberfest, and in the next 2 weeks, let's just work on that first hour, and let's just get that done and out of the way.
Oh, that is one thing we need to change on the Ortelius README, where people are signing up for their which groups that they want to be involved in. It would be great to find, we need to create that, change that into a table so we can, I'll show you what I'm talking about. We can have people's GitHub handles and their Discord, because everything's different. So like here on the contributors, we need to, or a list somewhere at the bottom, or where we have everybody's GitHub handle and their Discord handle. Just makes it, and Twitter handle.
Maybe we should put that on the community page.
Okay.
So I wanted to suggest one thing here, Steve and JC and everyone else. Please let me know if I'm going to overboard. But for all the sub communities that we are, having the sort of segregation of members, wouldn't it be more sensible as we go ahead, obviously, to have like a separate repo for each? Not right now. I understand that right now we're still in the very nascent stages of what we're doing. But going ahead, maybe like when it gets onboarded to CTF or however, like at that point in time, would it be more sensible to have like a separate repo for what each community is doing and who are the members and who are the folks that you can reach out to for guidance on that?
Yeah, so the goal is at the high level, that README is when we have people add their name, it bumps our contributor number. And that's one of the things that people look at. And we do have like an outreach repo already. And that's where I believe Mark put the logo in. So yes, we need to do it in both places. One at the highest level, just as a general, I'm contributing, so we can get the contributor count up. And then, like you said, in the lower repos, the more detail.
Yeah, so I'm aware that that outreach thing is there, but it's just that when you're adding the sort of contributor there, and if that person is interested in a specific thing and he or she is adding it in a subsection, that doesn't kind of get reflected. So maybe as we progress, so it's not like required thing at this stage. It's just
Yeah, that sounds good. So we'll just need to make sure we get the instructions in place and an example of what we want people to add at the individual, like at the outreach repo level, because I think that one's pretty bare bones. Let me look at it. Yeah, the outreach repo, the README says outreach. So
And I am partly at fault. There's some work that I need to do on that as well.
so we have a lot of detail there. We have one word.
And Divya, if you want to take on any of that stuff, you just go for it.
Okay, I'll just try and add in a bit of detail and submit. So I mean, I'll run it by you once I'm done, so that we can finalize on the content for the MD file at least for outreach.
Yeah,
Yes.
my recommendation is if you think it needs to get done, just go for it, and nobody is going to be mad. Nobody will be mad at that at all. And if it breaks, we're okay with that. It's totally okay.
Yeah, if anything breaks, we can fix it.
It's
so
totally fixable. So don't be hesitant.
You know, you've heard the motto, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yep.
So
we live by that. We do. We live by that. And keep in mind that right now, we're going through a kind of a transition. When we first started this open source community, I would have really called it what we would call or almost like I think they call it a champion open source group, where you have people who are working independently and maybe doing things alone. And we're trying to get it to be more collaborative. So we're more of a collaborative group. And that means that we have teams working together to solve problems. And that's why we broke it off into the architecture group and then the outreach group, so that we could collaborate on those things. So whatever you might do, the team can come and either help you out or give suggestions. So just don't ever hesitate. Don't ever hesitate. Just go for it.
And one quick thing, as we're just running over a little bit here, make sure that you're on the Google Groups. I'll put that up here as well. And that will give you access to the documents. So it's Ortelius-dev@googlegroups.com.
And everybody should be added, because I went through and added every single person individually. But if you're not, go out there or send me an email. And we have two people who I didn't catch. Sagar, you just joined. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Sagar Utekar. Actually, I'm interested to contribute for this open source project. I had a call with Tracy 2 weeks back. Yeah, I'm mostly interested, or my area is in cloud development, cloud DevOps. I work on Docker, Kubernetes, Azure, and I started learning Golang, so I'll start contributing for this project.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. And then Baka, who is part of the Deploy Hub team, I forgot to call Baka out. He shared I saw his video for a minute. There he is.
Sorry, I'm kind of multitasking here. Hi everybody, I'm James. I'm with Deploy Hub. Been with these guys for a couple of years now, and have sat on more microservice and deployment conversations than most people. So Steve and I and Tracy, we've talked to people all over the world. So didn't know much. Not an engineer by no means, but very happy to go toe to toe with just about any non-engineer as it relates to microservices and what we're doing here. So
thank you. Okay, so I think that really the marching orders for the next 2 weeks is if you can take an hour, sign up, tell us what's hard, tell us what's good, tell us what's bad. That would be super helpful, because then we could possibly even have this group create a wizard, like a first time wizard that takes you through all the steps of getting set up. Let's make sure we're creating the wizard in a way that's useful for people, though. So I really think we have to identify the problem areas, and in terms of usability in the first hour. That's all I'm worried about, is the first hour. I think if you can get past the first hour, the rest of it starts coming together. So what's that first hour feel like? And Parjat, and Neetu will be meeting with Marky Jackson tomorrow, is it? Yeah. And they're going to start getting coaching on how to be a co-community managers. So they may have some more work for us to do in 2 weeks. But this 2 weeks, my goal is let's just see if we can get what's good and what's bad about the first hour, get some blogs written on that, and get some pull requests that you guys can get credits for the Hacktoberfest. Could be fun for all of us to get 4 good pull requests. We'd all get t-shirts. I think I'll have a tree planted in my name. I like that idea a lot. Okay, is there anything else anybody would like to chime in about, or did I miss anybody? All right. Thank you. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good one.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.